Hollywood is getting ready to roll out the red carpet for the 65th Primetime Emmy Award Sunday. While nominees are surely preparing acceptance speeches, all these stars must be thinking, what am I going to wear? Well, they get a lot of help with that. In fact, sometimes there's a whole team behind the scenes. Joining us now to reveal the secrets behind those glitzy, glamorous red carpet looks is style expert Dawn Del Russo, founder of DawnDelRusso.com. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
So this is an exciting time for you.
It's so exciting. This is like the stylist dream time of the year, these award shows. You know, we can't wait.
Yes. Okay, so I mentioned there's a team. Explain this team. How many people does it take to put together one red carpet look?
For the A-list celebrity, it can take up to, 10 or 15 different people. I mean, from a makeup artist to a stylist, hairdresser, PR, security guards to watch over the jewelry. There's a lot of people involved. Stylist is probably one of the top ones, since what they're wearing is going to be the most important thing and the most talked about on the red carpet.
And how early do they start working on this?
Honestly, it's not as far in advance as you would think. It's maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but sometimes the dresses, if they're so in high demand, like a Dior dress that's just hot off the runway, they may just get it 2 or 3 days before. So there's always a time crunch. Some dresses even come in the morning, which is even scarier.
And how does the process work? Who starts selling it to them, trying to get their dress seen or their accessory or something on the celebrity?
So basically, if you're an A-list celebrity, you are working with a stylist, and a stylist is essential. They have the contacts. They have the PR contacts, they have the designer contacts. That's who they're working with. So throughout the year, even before this season starts, they kind of know and see what dresses, just like New York Fashion Week happened, the stylists go to see what dresses are on the runway and hopefully what they can get on their celebrities.
And now, how do they make sure you don't repeat? I mean, if you have so many stylists doing it at the same time for different celebrity clients, how do you know when one dress has already been taken, or do they? And then you get those moments where two people are in the same
That's
thing.
why they do hire a stylist, because you don't want to go shopping in a mall or a big department store where someone's going to pull that dress off the rack and there's 10 more of them. A stylist knows that there's maybe only one dress made. It's the sample dress. It's the only one out there, the only one that's going to get worn by this star.
And price tags, let's talk. What kind of designer, what level of designer gowns are we talking about when it comes to an Emmy Awards?
Right. The price tag, I mean, it ranges. We can be in the low, 2,000 or 3,000 for someone who's not as well known, but the big name celebrities, the ones that everyone is going to be talking about, those dresses are in the $30,000 to $50,000 range just for the dress.
Sure, okay. And now here, this is from the Oscars. Obviously, the Oscars, that's where you definitely want your dress
That's the
seen.
top. That's the award of all award shows.
And who are usually the A-list celebrities that people want to get their clothing on or their jewelry? Who are they? Who are the main people?
So someone like Catherine Zeta-Jones, I mean, she is a known. Helen Hunt is another one that kind of everybody's sort of talking about. She's been in the business for a long time. Charlize Theron, I mean, everyone wants her dress worn. Anne Hathaway, last season, everybody was talking about her dress. It was like the dress of the season, and she actually changed dresses very last minute to this different one. So.
Sure, and now because we see Anne Hathaway, it made me think of it, you see her, and because of Les Miserables. Now, do they wait to see who the nominees are? Because you want a nominee to be wearing
Exactly.
your dress.
So as soon as the nominees come out, that's when designers are like contacting the stylist that they work with, who's working with the celebrity, and how can I get my dress worn? And there can be a fight. I mean, celebrities kind of have that end say which dress that they like on their body. Even if a stylist suggests something, a celebrity can finally say, well, I want to wear this dress. And hopefully that'll work out, and a dress that does look good on them and doesn't make it on the worst dress list.
Yeah, we were talking about that. So this is sort of the Emmy Awards on Sunday kickoff award season, really. And is this sort of setting the bar? This is the one you don't want to start off on the worst dress list.
You never want to be on that. I mean, it gets publicity, gets people out there, but I don't think any designer wants to see their dress listed as the worst dress, because that's going to take people away from, wanting to wear their dress and take sales away, essentially. I mean, because it is a business. And at the end of the day, these dresses that are getting worn, there's copies of them made. People are looking to wear these dresses. They, are trying to find out when is it going to be in store so I can buy this dress. So it's a big business.
And who are some of the main designers that we need to be looking out for?
Oscar de la Renta classic and always, one that is on the red carpets. Donna Karan we see a lot on the red carpet too. Marchesa is a lot, Badley Mishka. I mean, Givenchy, they're endless. They're the classic designer names that you hear, from Paris and Milan runways all over the place.
And let's talk about that jewelry. What is the process? Because you mentioned there are security guards, and we know that. They're usually just standing around. So what is the process? How long do they have it for? They borrow it, and how much are we talking here?
Most of the jewelry is borrowed.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the celebrities don't even wear their own jewelry. You rarely will see them wearing a piece of their own unless it's like an engagement ring. The necklaces are Lorraine Schwartz is a big designer, Cartier, and they can be in upwards of 2.5 million we've seen for this jewelry, which is insane. They have to hire security guards, stylists have to sign contracts. The person wearing it, the celebrity wearing it, has to sign a contract. I mean, it is pretty intense, but if you're walking around with $2.5 million on your neck or earrings, I think they want to make sure that they're secure.
And you want a security guard standing by,
exactly.
Of course.
Yeah.
And now for this season coming up, who are some of the? I know we talked about the the A-listers overall, but let's talk about Sunday. Who should we be looking out for?
I mean, the ones that we sort of mentioned are the stars that are again repeatedly out there. Tina Fey is another one that we're going to see. Claire Danes, because of her Homeland show. I mean, everybody's going to want to see what she's wearing on the red carpet as well.
What about the guys?
I know.
What's the process for the guys? We spend so much time talking about the women and their dresses.
I heard Justin Timberlake was nominated for Saturday Night Live host, and I know he is definitely a player in the fashion game and one to look at.
And then how many different aspects are there? Because we talked about the dress, and they're asked about it on the red carpet a lot. Who are you wearing? What are you wearing? So how many different things do they usually have to list, and how many different designers?
Well, that's why they have their publicist with them, because they want them kind of prepping them right before they're going on the red carpet to remind them of what they're wearing. They have to know usually their jewelry, their dress, their shoes, and their handbag. Those are the four main pieces every celebrity is wearing that they have to repeat again. Judith Lieber is a handbag designer. She designs like a lot of the jeweled clutches that you'll see on the runway often.
And do you see the benefit of this? I mean, for somebody in the fashion industry, do you see if somebody does wear a certain designer, mention a certain designer, do you see that right after in the numbers and the sales for that designer after the fact?
Yes. Websites have crashed literally as soon as someone finds out, what designer they're wearing. A lot of the blogs are reporting on it, Twitter, Instagram, and if you're on any of these social media sites, you will see, someone say, oh, she's wearing a Lorraine Schwartz necklace. I need to go out and find that or get something similar to that. Tons of websites crash. And Blue Nile actually was another one. They do a lot of like diamond jewels, and I remember last season they had like an increase of sales just from diamonds alone.
Wow. And now will you be doing a recap on your website or anything? So tell us where people can find your comments.
I actually try to live tweet throughout it, so you'll be able to follow me and see what the stars are wearing. I usually try to list what they're wearing, who they're wearing, as soon as they come out.
Okay, and that's DawnDelRusso.com?
Yes.
Okay, great. Dawn, thank you so much.
Thank
we'll look
you.
out for that on Emmy Night on Sunday. And thank you all for joining us. I'm Ashley Dvorkin.